So the secret reveal, I kind of forgot about this, Laura, thank you. Okay, so the secret reveal is that I am going to help everyone calculate their macros. So the app just came out with this cool little feature where I can easily do it if you tell me, like if you obviously put in all your stuff, right? You put in your weight, you put in your height, you put in your age. You already put those 3 in. Now I can use their app to put in your macros. So if a lot of you have gone to your plan tab at the bottom, you might have seen some macros or calories at the top. I'm going to help everyone calculate their macros. All I need from you is to know your activity level. Are you lightly active, moderately active, and very active? Lightly active is I work out 3 times a week and have a very light job. And then the moderate is 3 to 5 days a week, and it's you also work out. So I do have a free calculator. I'm just gonna do it for you because I feel like it's stressful for everyone to figure this out. I need from you to know your activity level, and then I need to know, do you like more fats in your diet or more carbs in your diet? So let's just quickly go over how this works, okay? So think of a pie chart, okay? This is how many calories you can have in a day. There is a set amount of protein that you're gonna do, okay? So I use your protein based off of your body weight or your body or your muscle, okay? So a 130-pound female should have roughly 130 grams of protein a day, okay? That calculation doesn't really change per person. Like everyone has like their set of protein, so that we base that off of your weight or your muscle mass. So I do need to make sure you get your measurements in the system if you want this done. Okay, so once we calculate that, then we have the rest of the pie chart that we can split between fats and carbs. So there is some research that shows whether you like high fat or high carb, it doesn't matter, as long as you are in a calorie deficit, okay? At the end of the day, if you have filled your pie chart and you didn't go over, you are gonna be fine, okay? Now, we just have to figure out, do you like one or the other? I tend to like fats. I love the holy guacamole. I love a little bit of cheese. I love a little bit of butter on my bread. But overall, I don't have a whole lot of carbs. I'm not a big pasta fan. There will be days where I have higher carbs, but those days, then I like have less fats, okay? So it just goes between more fats, more carbs, which one are you doing, okay? And then as long as you are not over your calorie, you are going to lose weight. So obviously calculating your macros is awesome if you are even interested in tracking your calories. If you're like, Allie, I signed up because we're not having to track our calories, that's fine. I do believe that it is kind of nice for you to know how many calories you should have, because when you go grocery shopping and you look at that package of nuts and you're like, it has 200 calories, and you start to add up some of your food, then you kind of have a rough idea of, I'm eating too much, okay? So for someone, Laura, are you really 4'11", by the way? I saw that on the paperwork and it wasn't noted in the app. Your height, by the way, is what I'm talking about. If you were a very short individual, you're not gonna have a lot of calories. If you're a petite individual, you're not gonna have a lot of calories. So when you don't have a lot of calories to give up, a 200 pack of nuts that doesn't really touch your appetite is not gonna be something you want, okay? I like to play this game, and I told one of my clients recently too, is from my competition days, I would play this game of like, how much food can I get for that amount of calories, okay? So when I was competing, I was very strict. Like I only had this many calories. And so I would try to play like, okay, if I eat this, I get more of it. Have you ever seen those pictures where like fast food calories is this much food, and then healthy food is this much food for the same amount of calories? Kind of the same concept. So I would try to always eat things that I would be able to eat more in abundance, but have the same amount of calories. So you kind of have to play that little game with you. So, okay. 59, I love it how you put it in inches too. It sounds totally better. 59¼ inches. Oh, you crack me up. So, all right. So there's a couple things I need from you. If you're not really intrigued by like calculating your macros or anything like that, then don't bother. But if you want to, message me in the app and I will work my magic and you will see it. Also in that document, if you're like, I hate tracking calories, forget this, it's dumb, then in that document, we talk about measuring your food with your hands. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember this. So your protein, when you're like putting food on your plate, your protein should be the size of your palm in thickness and in diameter, okay? So my steaks are way too big for my hand, but anyways. Okay, so you would eat protein about this size. So think of maybe like a chicken breast. And then if you wanted to have, let's say, some guacamole on top of your chicken, then your fats should be the size of your thumb. And then your carb sources should be the size of your fist. Okay. This is all for women, by the way. There are measurements for dudes. Like dudes get 2 fists, 2 thumbs, 2 palms. So if you're like trying to get your spouse to eat healthy, that's theirs. If you click on that document, it actually links you to the article that will show you. Okay. So just kind of think about that when you're putting your food on your plate. That will kind of help you without tracking and without having to use a food scale. So, and if you really want to try to help lose weight, instead of having a full fist size of, let's say, potato or rice or any sort of carb, try to maybe do a little bit more vegetables. Because again, you get this many vegetables for this many calories and carbs, and then you get this little many vegetables, or sorry, carbs for the calories and the carb content and all of that. So if you are, I hate leaving the dinner table feeling hungry still. So I love a large plate of food because I feel like it fills me up and I like to walk away full. I do better with fewer but larger meals just because that's my mentality. And I'm pretty much giving competition prep the finger because I had to eat tiny little meals all throughout the day and I'm like, nope. Now I eat bigger meals and fewer of them. And that is fine because remember back to our pie chart. As long as you fill your pie chart and you don't go over, then you're going to lose weight. Whether that's 4 meals, 3 of them large, 1 of them a snack, or 5 small ones. If you constantly like to snack throughout the day. Sound good? Good, good, good. Okay. So hopefully, if some of you want to figure out your macros, then I will get back to you. Just let me know. Comment in the app and let me know and I'll do all of that. And then we'll get that together. I will get yours in there, Laura. So it will show, again, I think if you click on the plan tab at the bottom, it will show. So, cool.